This is Transformers 4 Age of Extinction, Generations Deluxe Class, Dinobot Slash. The figure is part of the second wave of the Generations Deluxe Class figures for the new Transformers 4 movie toy line. Here's a quick look at the packaging and the rest of the assortment. Not entirely sure if we'll see Slash in the movie, although the latest trailer does show him I thought I saw some Velociraptor Dinobots riding together. Maybe Crosshairs was on top of him, riding him. Uh, I'm not sure. Definitely not in these colors. I don't think if we do see Slash in the movie, he should look like this, and I'm hoping we do. I'm guessing we will, based on the latest trailer that I've seen of him. Latest trailer I've seen of the movie, he's probably in the movie, but definitely not these tricked out colors. I see what Hasbro is trying to do with this one. They're trying to make the dinosaurs look more like the Beast Wars type of figures, the Dinobots. They're trying to make them look like real dinosaurs instead of robot dinosaurs. I get that. I get what they're trying to do, and for all intents and purposes, Hasbro could be correct in the color scheme for a Velociraptor, because archaeologists and paleontologists, when they dug up fossils, bones of dinosaurs, there was no skin. So T-Rexes could be striped, zebra striped for all we know. So nobody really knows the colors of dinosaurs. So I guess, I don't think we can judge what Hasbro's trying to do with this based loosely on the colors. I'll give them this. The way the whole, the color scheme, the blue, the teal or aqua, more like teal, type of plastic they use on this one does not make it look cheap. It makes it a little bit premium, in my opinion. The red, we saw the red type of plastic and some stuff like that, that we see in like Optimus Prime or some Optimus Prime figures, make the figures look really cheap. But this kind of color doesn't do that. So pretty neat. I really appreciate what Hasbro tried to do with this one. So okay. But having said that, this neon color, I doubt dinosaurs had these kinds of colors. I mean, I wish they could have used something else. I like the color. The combination is great, but for a dinosaur to have these really bright feathers, I mean, okay, maybe they did have bright feathers on them, because research now is saying that dinosaurs are more related to birds, but I thought this was just a little bit too bright. I wish they could have toned it down a little bit more. Maybe they could have used gold. I don't know, because, maybe some gold like Grimlock or something like that. I don't know. But not neon yellow. It makes him look like a blueberry brand of Mountain Dew. Something like that. Anyway, still, trying to give this figure a chance. A lot of people are hating on this figure, and me, it's not great. I had very little expectations for this figure, and it's definitely not a superb figure. However, I am going to say this. This thing is actually still better than Galvatron. I know a lot of people like Galvatron, but to me, the figure as a Transformer, I think this one will fare better for me. Okay, so let's start with the robot figure. I know what the Hasbro was trying to do. The samurais were the Autobots, and the Dinobots are supposedly the knights in shining armor, or in King Grimlock's court, something like that. So you got his armor padding. He's got some spikes here and there. Everybody has those that high-tipped elf boots that were reminiscent of the knights of the Middle Ages, when their boot tips were like spiky, so that when they kicked, they would be used as a weapon. So I get that. I get what they're trying to do with this. Head sculpt, though, I'm not getting that hard hat look on him. I mean, was there a knight that had that look? That hard hat, it could have gone somewhere else. I mean, the faceplate I get, it's like an armor, but this one they could have had a bigger plume or something like that. But it looks like a hard hat. Not getting that. The biggest mistake I think they did for this figure is to keep these things on the knees. If you took this out, I mean, you customize. I just don't know. I'm not really that of an expert in pulling out the pins, but if you took it out, the Dinobot mode, the dinosaur mode, would still be fine. the robot mode would be a heck of a lot better if they got rid of this. I understand what they're trying to do with the feathers. If you watch Jurassic Park, the Velociraptors had those little bit feather-like thingies. You know, since they're more related to birds, I get that. So that's I think a major problem for the robot mode. The two other flaws that I think they could have done. I see what they're trying to do with this figure. They're trying to make him like a beefed up little. I mean, I'm one of those small scouts, but power scout. If there's such a thing, like a armored up scout. I'm trying, or if not that, he was supposedly a hack and slash bruiser. He's supposed to be like a very fast. What's the bio say? Dinobot Slash can't escape. There's no situation he can escape. Alright, so he's supposed to be like a fast Dinobot or something like that, because Velociraptors are very fast. They slice and dice. So I get that. I get what they're trying to do with this figure. So okay, but I think these things are a mistake. Second, the tail. I'm glad they didn't use it as a weapon. This was not removable and turned around. Okay, I like that. However, it's made of rubbery plastic. Okay, it's for safety issues. I get it, but I wish they could have incorporated more of the transformation of the tail, like split it up. That would have been very difficult, especially if this is all made of rubbery plastic. But it's just a fold down thing. That's something you get in a Legends class figure. Okay. The weapons, I think they were totally unnecessary. I mean, they had to give him weapons. They store here on the dinosaur arms. It makes the dinosaur arms look really weird. And because it's a storage space for weapons, the Dinobot arms have no articulation. And I'll get to that in alt mode when I show you what I hated about it. But it looks okay, but in this regard, maybe having a tail weapon would have been I don't know. I'm still gonna hate it if they turn the tail into a weapon, but compared to something like this, I'm not so sure. Maybe the tail weapon would have been a better choice. But still, I appreciate the effort that Hasbro's trying to do. They're trying to give it more dynamics with that weapon, but the weapon's it's supposed to be like an axe or something. This should have been his weapon. Like the Wolverine claws, this would have been a better weapon. Like you attach a bigger claw or something like that. He's a slasher, so he's a Velociraptor. So I get it. Anyway, so that being said, see, he looks great standing up, but when you start playing with the figure, it's kind of it's a little bit of a letdown when you're trying to play with him, because there's loose hips, which you can easily tighten with some nail polish, clear nail polish. That's fine. I see what they're trying to do. Look at him. He's supposed to be fast, so he's slender, but he's also armored up. So okay, that's my comments for robot mode. Articulation for this guy, swivel neck, and they gave him a swivel waist. So that's a plus for me. Giving this guy articulation is that. But one last little thing that I'm gonna say, they should have given swivel wrists, because his elbow bends this way. He's got a bicep swivel and a ball jointed shoulder. So to do this, he's going to have his fists going up. So one small twist like that, I think, wouldn't have hurt this figure. But because of the transformation of the leg, I think there should have been a better way. They could have made a solid piece here, this whole leg as a solid piece from the part of the wrist, and then put a swivel joint there. That an extra money, I don't think that would have taken so much. They could have gotten rid of this and put the swivel wrist. That would have been great. So ball joint hips, thigh swivel, thigh swivel, hinge knee, and some ankle toe articulation because of transformation. So that's the robot mode. Let's go into dinosaur mode, and it's pretty easy. Okay, you wanna go and do the legs first. Okay, rotate the legs back 180 like that, and this will form the neck, and this one fall on his back. These are the spines on his back. So the neck, as you can already see, that's the head. So what you want to do is rotate this. It's a nice, ingenious transformation, and I'm really I do appreciate that kind of engineering that they've put on the figure. Yeah, but I think they should have saved some money for some more articulation, like on the wrists. and maybe here on the joint of the arms, and just did away with the weapons or something. I think come up with a more creative weapon, but they didn't. So put it like that. You want to go ahead and join, or you, sorry, before you join them, go ahead and unfold the top of the head pieces like that, and then you can go ahead and join them up. So I like that. I like this whole engineering of the Dinobots where you split the dino head. That's to me a plus for Hasbro. They did away with the old transformation of just folding up the head like that and then the head comes out. I mean, this making the dinosaur head as part of the transformation, that's great. But to do that, you have to sacrifice the tail. Okay, I get it. Okay, this is another neat transformation. You want to go ahead and detach the shoulder pieces right here, and they rotate simultaneously. So when you're giving this to your kid, tell him to rotate it simultaneously. Don't do it one at a time. You're just going to break the toy. Go ahead and snap that on. Like there, there's a groove right here for the shoulders in robot mode, and there's another groove here for the shoulders in alt mode. So that's pretty nice. I like that. Okay. Then what you want to do is go ahead and collapse the rib cage like that. So that's pretty cool. See, there's a lot of mass here that they were able to displace. I like that. I like that kind of engineering. Okay, go ahead and fold this up like this. And now just the legs. Go ahead and unfurl the feet and the toes, and then slide it out like that. Swivel it out like that. Go ahead and do this, fold and swivel out. This swivel transformation effectively gives the Dinobot mode, the dinosaur mode, and then rotate. With the dinosaur mode, some ankle rockers. You can do the splits like that. Oops. Because of the ankle rockers, because of transformation. So that's pretty neat. Now, here is the dinosaur mode of Slash. So he's obviously a velociraptor, but he looks more like a T-Rex because of the arms. He's got these zombie arms that I'm not a big fan of. Dinosaur mode looks phenomenal, but I wish they could have put a joint here. They could have easily modified the armor, the weapon to, I don't know, they could have easily placed it somewhere else, like here, like put it like that onto his belly or something like that. That would have been okay with me, so that they could have given some elbows, an elbow joint on his Dinobot arms, but they didn't. So he looks more like a T-Rex because of the zombie arms. So not digging, but everything else is great. The feathers, the spines, I see what they're going with that, but for a velociraptor, he looks more like a T-Rex because of the arms. But you know, you can still play around with it, and it'll still be okay. What's for dinner? So okay. Even the way the stance of the legs, because of the rocker joint, he makes him look like more of a T-Rex than a velociraptor. So okay. And I'm gonna do a size comparison with him in robot mode, and I forgot to do it. So you're gonna get a treat. You're gonna get him transformed again. Anyway, just give it a good look in dinosaur mode. No, let's not do it. Let's just do it now. Here is Dinobot. So for all of you saying that he's small, he's not entirely small. This is, I think Drift is still small for me based on the way you feel it, but because of the extra parts this guy has folded up, he's about the same in league with Dinobot. So pretty neat. Again, you know, I knew it. I kind of feel what they were trying to do with this figure. I just wish they could have executed a little bit. They could have executed a little bit more. There could have been ways on how you could still save some money and still do this figure properly, but sadly Hasbro didn't do it. So it's not entirely a bad figure. I'm not going to go all the way and say that it is a bad figure. It's not. It's actually pretty cool.
but it's not great. It's definitely not one of your. It's not one figure that you want to go rush out and get and buy from the store immediately. It's something you can wait for on clearance, because I know a lot of people are not really liking this figure, and this thing is going to stay on the pegs for a while. So there's really no. What am I doing? Oops. Just there's really no rush to buy this one, but you know, it's not an entirely bad figure. Not like Galvatron, which I really hated. I only like the alt mode in Galvatron, but this one, robot mode will get 6 out of 10, and then Dinobot mode will get 9 out of 10. So he's sort of a 7.5, 7 out of 10 for me. So not too bad, not too bad. Definitely not too bad. And the dinosaur mode, I mean, I'm probably going to keep the Dinobots in their dinosaur modes because they're just so amazing. I think what Hasbro tried to do with these Dinobots, I thought was pretty cool. So, okay. All right, here we go. You get to see double transformations. Okay, I'm not going to take the weapon out because I'm going to keep this guy in Dinobot mode, dinosaur mode. So, all right. So here he is. He's a little bit shorter, but because of the spikes, he's almost the same height. So he's not completely small. The dinosaur mode, he's just great. So there you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this video review. If you did, please click the thumbs up icon at the bottom. Follow me on Twitter for my toy purchases, Instagram for my toy sightings here in Manila. Check out all my video reviews and hauls on this channel, Chefatron. This has been the, come on, stand up, man. This has been the Transformers 4 Age of Extinction Generations Deluxe Class Dinobot Slash. Thanks for watching.